your shirt back on, sir. It's Friday, so you know what that means. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He's put more young people in cages than the Border Patrol. UFC President and CEO Dana White. The Dukes of Hazzard are her royal family. Co-host of The Bottom Line on Fox Business, Dagan McDowell. In his next life, he's coming back as a pair of khaki pants from Old Navy. Co-host of Fox and Friends First, Todd Pyro. And she's like a pile of leaves. It's a lot of work getting her off your lawn. New York Times bestselling author and Fox News contributor, Kat Tipp. All right, before we get to some news stories, let's do this.
Greg's Leftovers.
All right, you know the story. This is where I read the jokes we didn't use this week, and as always, it's my first time reading them. So if they suck, we'll force Joe Mackey to hang out with Todd Pyro. All right, new polls show that President Biden is struggling to gain traction in battleground states. His staff's best advice so far, resign. Not really a joke. No. That wasn't a joke. That was just red meat dressed up as a joke. Former Disney employees have revealed that a big part of their job was cleaning up urine and feces throughout the Magic Kingdom. But they added it has prepared them for a career tidying up around the White House. He's our president. Meanwhile, Disney is embracing the problem of so many people pooping in line, they've created a new ride. It's called Mountain. I would definitely ride that. You know me. The View co-host Ana Navarro said she'd like to breastfeed Latin singer Maluma, who said he's flattered, but he's not a fan of sour cream. You know, I don't even get that, but you did. Actor Kevin Bacon has revealed that he no longer eats bacon. Yeah, no word yet from Andy Dick. Yeah. Makes you think. An excerpt from the Nashville shooter's journals contained the chilling phrase, "I want to kill all you crackers." Ironically, it's the same thing Whoopi Goldberg says before she destroys an entire box of Cheez-Its. How did we pull a joke out of that story? I didn't know where that one was going. An Ontario man went viral for growing what may be the longest zucchini in the world at 8 feet 5 inches. I haven't even said anything. But it quickly went missing along with his wife. She likes zucchini. A 60-year-old UK woman who vandalized several parked cars blamed her actions on feeling menopausal. On the bright side, that's less damage than she could have caused with her driving. A sexist would say. Glamour magazine has named a transgender model as the Woman of the Year. Oh, stop it! Stop it. In related news, Car and Driver has named this the Automobile of the Year. Because it's a bike. A penny farthing, if you will. The U.S. Census Bureau is estimating the world's population is now over 8 billion. I can help fix that, said one man. Tyson has recalled 30,000 pounds of dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets because they may be contaminated with metal pieces. Luckily, though, all 30,000 pounds were purchased by the same customer. Too easy! You sick people. Earlier this week, a Dunkin' Donuts truck was stolen in Connecticut. So far, the main suspect has yet to confess. Yeah, we were friends. This week, Congressman Jamal Bowman, you remember him, hollered and ranted like a lunatic in his defense of Rashida Tlaib. To which I say, lighten up, dude. Where's the fire? Tech mogul and anti-aging nut Brian Johnson has been undergoing painful shock therapy to give himself, quote, the penis of an 18-year-old. Dude, if you want the penis of an 18-year-old, just head to Fort Lauderdale. No idea what that means. Cher, remember her? She's going to perform at the 2023 Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. Right now, in fact, dozens of talented artisans and craftsmen are hard at work building her a new ass. Terrible. Nike is suing New Balance and Skechers for allegedly stealing their shoemaking technology. And by shoemaking technology, they mean Chinese 9-year-olds. Wallet Hub just ranked San Francisco as the best city for Thanksgiving. Evidently, the smell of fresh human is a great way to discourage overeating. We should almost end on that, but... Finally, a woman on TikTok claims the giant tattoo she got of her one true love on her forehead is real. Reminds me of a tattoo I got once on my forehead. All right, now to the news. Without Trump to entertain, ratings are down the drain. True, the debate was a disaster without the MAGA master. The numbers are in for Wednesday night's third Republican presidential debate over on NBC, and they're lower than Joe Biden's testicles. I wouldn't know. Only 6.8 million total viewers tuned in, and half of those people thought they were watching a lost episode of Family Feud. That's nowhere near the numbers Fox and Fox Business pulled in during the first two GOP debates earlier this year. But to be fair, we had Asa Hutchinson. Still, its viewership doesn't really compare to the days of old when Donald Trump was on stage. Yeah, back then there were so many fireworks it looked like Saturday night in Kabul when the new goats arrived. Who else could deliver such zingers?
I never attacked him on his look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there. That I can tell you.
But the simple fact is...
Excuse me, 1 second.
No.
I didn't want to...
Donald, you cannot take...
More energy tonight, I like that. You defrauded the
challenged
people
on a point.
Little Marco. Am I
Not a
talking
factor.
or are you talking, Jim?
I'm
You
talking
can go
right
back.
now. I'm talking.
You can go back. You're not
I'm
talking.
talking.
You interrupted me,
September
Jim.
30th,
Are you going
you
to
said it.
apologize, Jeb? No. He hit my hands. Nobody has ever hit my hands. I've never heard of this one. Look at those hands. And he referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs.
Only
There's
Rosie
several-
O'Donnell.
Oh, miss him, don't you? Usually to hear that many insults and put-downs, you have to marry Kat.
I'm so nice.
I know you are. The ratings for the latest debate were so bad, a lot of lesser-known shows surprisingly did much better. Shows like Manscaping with Jesse Waters. Let's Execute Some Hippies with Judge Janine. And Turn Your Head and Cough, the Greg Gutfeld story. So, Dana, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Great to have you here. You know, when you just even do those old clips of Trump, you realize what a difference it is. Is it our own weakness that we crave that, or is it just that he's changed the whole structure of a debate?
Yeah, no, I think it is. Listen, he's incredibly entertaining. He's witty, smart, fast, and yeah, I love the guy. I mean, he's
You're a little biased, but
I'm a lot of biased. He's a very good friend of mine. So I was with him last Saturday. I had breakfast with him last Saturday, and you know, all the stuff that you see on TV is like that. He's like that all day, every day.
Yeah.
This guy is relentless. I've never seen somebody who can take more just absolute. I mean, look at the stuff this guy goes through. And every time that I talk to him on the phone, you'd think that just living a normal life.
When you talk to him on the phone, is it really hard to talk to when he's talking? Because he could just keep going, and you don't know when the sentence is going to end.
Yeah, that's definitely true, too. You know, he just fires away and fires away. You know, it's funny because this guy's been a good friend to me for many years, so I'll just call him. You know, I'll watch stuff that he's going through. I'll just call to check on him, see if he's okay, and he's just completely...
Yeah.
He says, listen, this is an ugly business that I'm in, and you have to fight through it. And
Yeah.
he's durable, man. Definitely durable.
Yeah. What about you, Dagan? When you... They love to applaud today. Wish they were here last night. All right, Dagan. Was it a good decision for him not to do the debates so people will miss him?
Yeah. If you're in the lead, why would you get on stage with these people? If I had, maybe I might not should say this, but I am anyway. Like if I was at dinner with any of these 5 people and had to sit next to them, I would tell them I left my hearing aid at home. Like, oh, I forgot to put it in. What? And I don't wear a hearing aid.
Yeah.
Just so I wouldn't have to talk to him. But Trump's ability to pulverize a phony instantaneously is a thing of beauty. And it makes it makes Big T feel like a family member. Like come to Christmas in my hometown so one of us doesn't have to go up to the meanest bitch in town and look at her and say, "Oh, why are you wearing those slappy sandals in the middle of winter? Did your gout come back? Did you go back to eating organ meat again?" That's right. "Oh, there's your husband over there talking to that woman. You do know he's sticking it in her." Merry Christmas.
You know, Dagan, I get the feeling you don't need Trump to do that. Just from you. Todd, it must be weird to see someone that popular. No, it's only because his show's on very early, before people are actually awake. All people, by the way.
And watching TV.
Yes.
I totally thought you were going to have a montage of like 1, 2, and then, unpopular shows like Fox and Friends First with Todd Pyre. Thought you were going to go there. But I think what stands out with Trump is the same stuff we were talking about and that we noticed in 2015. He's just different than the standard politician. And that is so refreshing. Look around this room. Look around this panel. You're all different. And look at the success you've achieved because you're different.
I like how you pretend you're included in that.
No, I'm not. It's the 4 of you. I mean, look at you.
By contrast, you are different by not being any different.
Exactly. I am, like you said one time on this very show, I am the picture in the frame when you buy a new frame.
Yes.
Like, that is me. But let's go around the room.
I bet if I were a cannibal and I decided to eat you, you'd taste like a Nilla wafer.
I would. Vanilla pudding, Nilla wafer, anything white and bland. But look, can I go around the room? I know it's your show, but look at you.
Yeah.
You revolutionized late night. You don't have a band. You don't have a sidekick. It's you, and you're crushing it. Look at you.
Wait, we told you you're not allowed to look at him.
I'm not allowed to look at Jada. Look at this guy. I mean, you basically created a sport that is so much more popular than so many other sports. Why? Because it was different. Dagan, you're a news anchor that talks like a male Southern truck driver. That's awesome, right? And Kat could play the, hey, I'm pretty game, but she brings amazing comedy to the fore. She's a great writer, and she's got a sass that I wouldn't F with.
And
if I
I'm
were
also
anybody.
very pretty.
And also very pretty.
All right.
And to bring it back to me, I'm white.
Yeah. I think, did you hear rumors of cutbacks on morning TV?
Yeah.
And by the way, I'd like to thank everybody here at Fox. You provided me.
All right, Kat, last word to you. Is it a good or a bad sign that we are craving entertainment and that we're no longer that interested in politicians that aren't like Trump?
I think it's interesting that you said we, because I don't know who you're talking about. I guess, you guys, seem like you love Trump. But I think actually the people who probably miss it more are the people who don't, and people who maybe made a career off of the Trump is bad thing, because their jobs were probably so much easier when there was more clips of him doing that kind of stuff, because then they could just play the clip and then just sit around the table and each one by one go, wow.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? No. Wow. All right, time for commercial.
Yeah.
They probably miss it even more, I would argue.
They would never go, wow, that's terrible, when it was a grisly crime wave, or wow, that's terrible when we're spending billions on war, but it's like he has a mean tweet, and it's like, wow. Definitely not sleeping tonight.
Literally shaking.
I'm literally shaking. Ugh.
Are we craving entertainment, or have we already made up our mind? I mean, that's the question. Everybody knows, listen, you tune into these debates to listen to what everybody has to offer. and I don't think anybody feels like anybody has anything to
Yeah.
offer. I think most people have made up their mind already who they want to vote for and who they think the next president of the United States should be.
Yeah, I think that the Biden presidency was like halftime.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.